Hey everyone, Saint of Time here. Today we're gonna play some Blasto.
We're playing pennies!
Penny's Big Breakaway, the new game by Evening Star. Who are they? Well, they are a studio formed by the Sonic Mania devs. Nut. After the fallout or whatever the hell happened between Sega and the Mania devs, they gathered up and formed Evening Star, with their very first game being Penny's Big Breakaway, a 3D platformer looking like something out of the Saturn or Dreamcast. So how is their game? Is it this game of the year? Or is it unfortunately another game in the ocean of video games we have?
Game of the year? Let's see.
Let's start with the story.
We see our main character walking down the street when she sees a poster for an audition for the land's annual gala. Penny, all excited, wants to participate and makes her way to the auditions. As she makes her way, she finds a string that makes her yo-yo transform into a living yo-yo, which becomes her companion for the adventure.
As Penny makes it to the audition, she performs and does well. All of a sudden, Penny's yo-yo starts eating the king's clothes, leaving him in his underwear. The king, ultimately embarrassed, along with Judge Rufus, brand Penny and her companion a criminal.
Hell yeah!
Ultimately having to escape.
Now Penny is on the run. As she escapes, she meets with a pirate lady, asking if she could help her flee. The pirate lady tells Penny that she cut her in line and gets mad, ultimately fighting Penny.
Somehow during the fight, Penny fixed the ship, and as a thank you, the pirate lady grants her a free passage. As Penny continues escaping from the feds, Mr. Q rushes in saying he's a member of the Imperial Court. A fight ensues, and as Penny defeats him, Mr. Q is surprised that she has a cosmic string, believing to be her string. I don't know who her is, but okay. He then explains that a woman used to be the king's greatest friend, but she disappeared and recommends to Penny to go find her.
Penny is now searching for the taboo artist. Penny continues through the world. She eavesdrops on Judge Rufus, with it being added to her charges, but we also hear the king doesn't want to host the annual gala, but the judge says no, it's the law. As Penny gets caught, she rushes onward and encounters the king, about to bathe. Ha! Then, as you defeat him, Penny gets flushed down the toilet.
Penny somehow encounters a mystic space world? What? However, this is where she meets the taboo artist. Before really talking to the taboo artist, she has a race with a puppet Penny, and after winning the race, taboo artist says to join her to watch her celestial show. Taboo artist speculates that Penny was sent for an overdue apology by Eddie. Hearing the rundown of what happened, Taboo Artist fills us in on what happened between her and the king.
Apparently, Taboo Artist used to put on the shows for the gala together. The king played the lead and Taboo directed everything. The shows were always different and people loved it. Eddie grew tired of it though and didn't really get it, so to speak. Taboo got tired of Eddie being that way, so they had a falling out. After Taboo says Penny can stay with her and learn how to master the craft and swing on the stars, Penny tells her she's a criminal in the Book of Law.
Taboo says that that book is absolute and that they should sneak in and grab it under Judge Rufus's nose. She does us the favor of dropping us off, saying to sneak in, but immediately drops us off in front of a penguin guard. Thank you, Taboo. We hitch another ride from the pirate lady to get the book, and then we get arrested and face Judge Rufus. Judge Rufus.
After facing him, he gives Penny a choice. She can go free if she relinquishes her yo-yo. Penny doesn't like that, retrieves yo-yo and then continues to be on the run. Somehow, she enters the gala stage, fights Eddie, which becomes part of the show. Taboo finds inspiration and tells Eddie, let's put on a show. Taboo joins in with Mr. Q, helping you defeat Eddie. Everyone loves the show, and as you bow, the credits play.
After the credits, a final scene plays where Judge Rufus implies she is no longer a criminal. But she owes the court community service, with the shots being very much like she's about to work for the government or something. Like she's about to join the feds, imagine that. Thus ending the story. For a 3D platformer, I like the story. It isn't too simple to the point of being brain dead, but also complex, and there is more to the story. While certain things aren't explained, like what the hell is a cosmic string, or why Mr. Q is being treated like a scientist, but being more a magician than an actual scientist, it's interesting. It shows you the nature of this world, but the plot is focused on your objective. It's a story that does the job, but adds more for players who are interested in the world they are exploring. Even the dialogue within the stages are pretty funny. Ha! He's a criminal like me.
I like this game's story. It's pretty short, sweet, funny, and overall it gets the job done. It's funny to me how the king becomes the bad guy. I love it when a game is funny like this. It's part of the reason why I love Blasto's story. While both game stories are pretty basic and short, it gives you an objective with some comedy. So let's do it. Let's save the day.
So the game was made by the Mania devs. Bet that means it's a 2D platformer. Get the fuck out of here. These sexy motherfuckers are talented. They made a 3D platformer.
Wait, how do you know they're sexy if we don't even know what they look like?
Trust me, I know. What the fuck am I saying? I'm trying to get a PhD. What the fuck? So, since this game is a 3D platformer, you have your basic movement. You can move, jump, use bounce pads, swing on poles, and most things in platformers. What makes Penny special is the yo-yo. With this thing, you can attack, dive attack, super peel out, and ride the thing. Extend your jump. Like, this thing is what transformed the game to be something special.
This yo-yo is pretty interesting to learn. Firstly, you can use the right stick to move it in the direction you want, just like Ape Escape. However, you can also just press a button to use the yo-yo, which is how I controlled it. Now, Penny's speed is slow. It kind of sucks how slow she is, but with the yo-yo, you can use it as a means to go fast. But it isn't that easy. Speed needs to be earned here. It takes a bit of getting used to, but once you get that speed going, it can feel really good keeping that speed up. Since you can use a yo-yo to attack enemies and spin round and round, you can destroy these enemies with ease. And swinging on that yo-yo is so much fun. You can take so many shortcuts in the levels by timing your yo-yo jumps just right. Getting that perfect run in the level can really hit the witty when the yo-yo is used right. It's pretty fun once you get past the third or fourth world. The worlds before those were kind of boring, not gonna lie, but that may have just been me getting used to the controls and mechanics and whatnot. What do you think of the yo-yo, dude?
I love it. The yo-yo does make Penny stand out. The only problem is that learning how to use it takes time. It was why originally I was worried playing Pennies. Here's a rundown of what I was thinking. Oh shit, this is kind of bland. I ain't liking it too much. A desert world? Fuck! Come on, you sexy fucks. I know this can be good. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay, we cooking. Oh, I could do that? I didn't know I could do that. Hold up. Game changer. Oh, this is fun. That was basically a rundown of what happened as I continued to play the game, transforming it to become something more. It reminded me of my feelings for Crash 2. For those who watched that review, you might remember how I felt there. Go check it out if you haven't already. Link at the top. Crash 1 bored me because, to be honest, it was pretty bland to me. But Crash 2, just adding new moves, made me feel like I could experiment and get creative, even if it was something small as getting over something. That made me feel like Crash 2 had a more interesting design than the first one. When Pennies, I strongly felt that while you can play the game as a standard platformer, riding the yo-yo, swinging and diving with the thing made it fun. Traversing and platforming, it made me go from a bland playstyle to experimenting with what I could do. That was further intensified with the combo meter.
Everything Penny does is granted a score, but also increases the combo meter. Swinging the yo-yo, riding the toy, swinging and diving, it all increases it, further adding to your score. At the end, it is tallied to grant you some concept art or other extras. To be honest, I didn't even remember that this game had a combo system until doing this review. So yeah, to me it was just me getting to the end of the level and having fun while doing it. That's it.
I like it. To me, the combo meant I wanted to get the highest score possible, meaning I was actively experimenting and doing moves that I wouldn't otherwise do. It may make exploration harder, but you don't have to. Hell, sometimes in experimenting, you start to explore and find goodies. Hell, that experimentation also taught me that with more speed, Penny can do a loop when swinging in the air, or just gain more speed and distance when riding the yo-yo, which was fun because now I want to go faster to do even more and cross gaps faster, reach areas in a way that was not intended. This was further added with a selective amount of power-ups. Keyword on selective.
In certain stages, there will be power-ups that Penny can use through her journey. Ice cream to boost health, invincibility, but the main ones are for the yo-yo. You have one that is a hammer that is single use. one that turns into a boulder to destroy things, one that transforms into a magnet to cross other areas, and one that transforms it into a motorcycle. Some of them are on a timer, so use them wisely. The power-ups were kind of boring, like the only one I really enjoyed was the motorcycle one, or any of them that make you go fast. All the others were meh. They were just kind of there. I feel like if this game had a sequel, they would definitely expand upon power-ups.
Some of these power-ups are kind of lame, to be honest. I agree there. They are very situational and overall don't do much. Some are more for spectacle than anything, like the magnet. My favorite one was actually the motorcycle too, because you would go up walls, cross water, and go faster. I like that. Most of the power-ups suck, but nothing too bad. They didn't do anything to hinder the enjoyment, and the one that worked was super cool. But many of them are just kind of there to beat the level, or unlock one of the collectibles in a stage. Across the game, every stage has 3 collectibles and 3 side missions. By finding the collectibles in a certain stage, you collect it. The ones that require more effort are the side quests within the levels. These require you to find an NPC or gloves within the levels, then fulfill the requirement they ask for. Sometimes it's just collect the items, collect them within a time limit, break something, reach a set location in time, or reach a specific score within the area. Your mileage may vary on these, but I think they are cool. It's not too difficult, but gives you an extra reason to explore. And at the very end, grants you a higher score to unlock more extras. So what do you think, bro?
The collectibles were pretty fun to find in each of the stages. I personally didn't collect all of them, but I would be lying if I said I didn't have fun finding the ones I did go for. The ones I didn't really bother with were the NPC missions. I did a few of them, and most of them were pretty easy. There were some that I failed at, and I didn't really care to retry them. While they can add replay value and can be fun to complete, meh, I don't really care for those at all. I'd rather collect the 3 collectibles in each level. Screw NPCs, what have they done for me?
But they say the funny. This is the general gameplay for Pennies. What makes it great is the music. Holy shit, this soundtrack is fucking fire. T-Lopes the sexy beast came to do the OST, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. Sean Bialo also composed music for this game, along with Hunter Bridges. T-Lopes seemed to have composed most of the music, and wow, these tracks are great. T-Lopes, this man knows what he's doing.
The music here was pretty cool. Here's the thing though, while I remember really liking the music while I was playing, I do not remember any specific tracks off the top of my head, and I couldn't really be bothered to look up the soundtrack to listen to it properly. So in the sense of the game itself, it was a really good soundtrack. It was great even, but it's not a soundtrack I'll find myself going back to listen to on its own. The composers did great though.
That is Penny's Big Breakaway. To be honest, I am gladly impressed. While at first I was worried that I wasn't having too much fun, once I noticed all the things I could do, that's when I started to have a lot of fun. I did a second playthrough and even the first level seemed more fun because I was doing more with the movement options. To me, this game is a lot of fun and was a nice surprise. The developers for their first game did a wonderful job. I'm excited for what comes next and wish Evening Star, those sexy motherfuckers, even more success in the future.
Overall, I'd say this game is alright. It's not great, it's not bad, it's good. I only did one playthrough though. I don't think I'll be going back to it anytime soon, but I did have fun with it after the first few worlds. The levels all had a perfect length to them. The game had physics-based gameplay. It's a 3D platformer and the art style is pretty cool. I mean, this game really reminded me of the stuff that came out in the 2000s on the PS2 and Xbox. Pennies was a game I was really looking forward to along with Astrobot. While I liked Astrobot a whole lot more than Pennies, I am just glad that 3D platformers have been making a comeback slowly but surely. This was Evening Star's first 3D game, and if they're going to continue making more games in this franchise, or even venture out to create new IPs, then I am on board for whatever comes next with this team. Pennies was a great first attempt, and I'm happy to follow Evening Star from here on out. Man, I can't believe you think those developers are sexy.
They are.
You know who is sexy though? Mrs. Pac-Man. What the fuck? Did I say something wrong?